Before the legendary SR20DET dominated drift circuits and tuner garages worldwide, there was another turbocharged four-cylinder from Nissan that laid the groundwork for everything that followed. It powered the early S13 Silvia and 180SXs. It introduced cutting-edge technology that was years ahead of its time, and it proved that a small-displacement turbo motor could punch well above its weight. This is the Nissan CA18DET, the turbocharged inline four that came first and showed the world what Japanese engineering could achieve when displacement, taxes, and emissions regulations demanded innovation over brute force. To understand the CA18DET, we need to go back to the early 1980s when Nissan was facing a problem. The venerable Z-Series and L-Series engines that had powered everything from the 240Z to family sedans were showing their age. They were reliable, sure, but they were heavy, inefficient, and expensive to produce. With their timing chains and complex valve trains, Nissan needed something modern, something that could meet increasingly strict emission standards while still providing decent performance. The answer was the CA engine family, and the name itself tells you everything about Nissan's priorities. CA stands for Clean Air. Introduced in 1981, the CA family started with single overhead cam designs, using carburetors and primitive fuel injection system. These early engines used a cast iron block for strength and an aluminum head for weight savings, a combination that would define the entire family. The design was simpler and cheaper than what came before, with a timing belt driving the camshaft instead of a timing chain, and an oil pump mounted directly to the crankshaft nose. But Nissan wasn't content with just economy engines. By the mid-1980s, they had developed dual overhead cam variants with 4 valves per cylinder, multi-point fuel injection, and most importantly for our story, turbocharged versions that could deliver serious performance from just 1.8 liters of displacement. In 1985, Nissan unleashed the CA18DET on the Japanese market, and it was immediately clear this wasn't your typical economy car engine with a turbo bolted on. This was a thoroughly engineered performance motor that incorporated technology you'd expect to find in much more expensive machinery. The engine featured a cast iron block for strength with an 83mm bore and 83.6mm stroke, giving it a displacement of exactly 1,809 cc. The near square bore and stroke meant this engine could rev freely while still maintaining decent torque, a balance that would serve it well in both street and motorsport applications. But the real innovation was in the details. The CA18DET received a Garrett T25 turbocharger with a ceramic turbine wheel mounted to a T2 flanged exhaust manifold. The compression ratio was lowered to 5:1 to safely handle boost pressure, and the engine featured an intercooler to keep intake temperatures in check. The cylinder head was an aluminum dual overhead cam design with 16 valves. And here's where things get interesting. The valve train used hydraulic lash adjusters, which meant zero maintenance valve clearances. But Nissan also knew that serious performance required precision, so later in the engine's life, they would introduce solid bucket lifters in high-performance applications. The intake system was nothing short of brilliant. Late-model Japanese-spec CA18DETs featured an 8-port head with butterfly-actuated auxiliary ports in the lower intake manifold. Below 3,800 revolutions per minute, only 4 long, narrow ports were open, 1 per cylinder. This accelerated the intake charge and improved low-end response while helping the small T25 turbo spool quickly, but above 3,800 revolutions per minute. The second set of shorter, wider ports would open, 2 per cylinder, dramatically improving high RPM airflow. The computer would also switch from sequential to batch-fire fuel injection at this changeover point. It was a mechanical variable intake system that gave the CA18DET the best of both worlds: strong low-end torque and free-breathing top-end power. The engine also featured piston oil squirters, directing cooling oil onto the underside of the pistons to manage temperatures under boost. It had a crank girdle reinforcing the main bearing caps for added strength, direct fire ignition, and a coil-on plug setup. These were features you'd find in race engines, now standard on a production motor meant to navigate Tokyo traffic. The CA18DET came in several variants, depending on the market and application. The earliest versions without an intercooler produced around 143 to 158 horsepower at 6,400 revolutions per minute. With the addition of an intercooler, power jumped to 175 horsepower, though this number varied by market. The CA18DET variant found in the Bluebird SSS Atessa pushed output to 185 horsepower at 6,000 400 revolutions per minute with 177 pounds-feet of torque. In 1986, it was offered in the S12 Silvia RSX, giving that generation sports coupe the turbocharged punch it needed to compete. When the revolutionary S13 chassis launched in 1988, the CA18DET was there from day one, powering the entry-level turbocharged models. In 1989, Nissan introduced the 180SX, the fastback variant of the S13, with pop-up headlights. Every single 180SX that rolled off the line initially came with the CA18DET under the hood. European buyers got their version badged as the 200SX. And here's where displacement-based taxation played a role in the engine story. European tax codes heavily penalized larger engines, and emissions testing was expensive. So while Japanese buyers would eventually get the larger 2.0-liter SR20DET as an option, European 200SX buyers were stuck with the CA18DET as their only choice until the S14 generation arrived in 1994. This wasn't necessarily a bad thing, as European enthusiasts would discover the CA18DET had plenty of potential. By 1989, Nissan had already begun work on the CA18DET's replacement. The SR20DET would debut in 1,991 inches, the S13 chassis, and on paper, it looked like a clear upgrade. The SR20 featured a fully aluminum construction, block, and head, versus the CA18DET's iron block. It displaced 2 liters, giving it more torque and a fatter power band. It came with a larger Garrett T28 turbocharger that could support more power, and it benefited from newer technology and design refinements. The SR20DET made 205 horsepower at 6,000 revolutions per minute and 203 pounds-feet of torque at 4,000 revolutions per minute. That's 30 more horsepower and 26 more pound-feet than the CA18DET, achieved with better efficiency and smoother power delivery. But here's something that often gets overlooked. The CA18DET actually weighed less than the SR20DET. Despite its cast iron block, the complete CA18DET engine was approximately 44 pounds lighter than its aluminum block successor. This was because the SR20's block, while aluminum, was significantly thicker and more robust to handle the stresses of the larger displacement and higher power output. The SR20DET also dropped the timing belt for a timing chain, eliminating a maintenance item but adding complexity. It ditched the distributor for coil-on-plug ignition in later versions, and it gradually added features like variable valve timing on the intake cam to improve low-end response. For Nissan, the switch made sense. The SR20DET was easier to meet emission standards with. It provided more power across a broader RPM range, and it had more tuning headroom for future development. But the CA18DET wasn't going down without a fight. While the SR20DET took the spotlight, the CA18DET developed a cult following among those who truly understood what they had.